Hello, my dear students. I welcome you again on our audiovisual presentation. I am Sheikh Fatima, your teacher. Today we are going to begin with a new writing skill, that is expansion of idea. Let's have a look. What does it mean? Expansion of idea. It simply means to expand an idea into paragraph. Expansion means enlargement, amplification of a proverb, maxim, epigram, or a statement. It also involves explanation of a proverb or a thought in a way that portray its true essence. Now we'll have a look on format of expansion of idea. Basically, an expansion of idea is usually written in three parts: first, second, and third para. So basically, students, before beginning our expansion of idea, the very first thing we write is title. Then we have to continue toward writing our introductory paragraph. Then comes our second paragraph, middle, our core content. Then finally our third paragraph, which is a concluding paragraph. Here now I will let you know in detail what does this paragraph mean. Basically, the introductory paragraph contains the topic sentence. Now, what does topic sentence mean? It is a sentence expressing the main idea or the most important point of a paragraph. For example, if you have been given an idea, try till you success. So, the topic sentence has to be related to the title. So students, you can write the topic sentence either in the beginning, middle, or at the end of the paragraph. Next, the aim of this paragraph is to clearly present the ideas that the given proverb carries. The meaning of the idea must be conveyed properly. The expansion should focus on the words and the expression of thought in such a way that it bring out the deep thought or the hidden meaning behind the ideas. Now we'll head toward our second paragraph, that is the core content. So students, the core content is the main part of the elaboration as it focuses on the explanation in detail the idea contained in the proverb. This paragraph should include some element such as the idea should be given different point of view. You have to explore your perspective. Second thing, you can give real story example or even some personal experiences, and you also have to make it sure that you should give a clear picture of your thought, clarity of your thought. Second thing, you should maintain a coherence by logical linkage sentence with discourse marker. Now I will let you know what is discourse marker. Discourse is any form of a verbal or a written communication. Those are the words which create a link between sentence. For example, therefore, nevertheless, furthermost, yet, even though, similarly, in fact, etc. Many a time we do use it but never realize it, right? So while writing this, you can make use of this discourse marker so that you can create a connection between your sentences. Next, we'll move further. Refrain discussing too many ideas. You have to avoid discussing too many ideas in one single para. Next thing, what you have to check is that whenever you write, you have to use proper vocabulary and correct grammar, because sometimes if you want to convey something but due to improper vocabulary or improper grammatical sentence, this will not give that proper info which you want to convey. Proportion of emphasizes. What does it mean? While writing the paragraph, the placement and the presentation of main idea should be done very carefully. Next, we'll head toward the final paragraph, that is concluding paragraph. The concluding paragraph is where you sum up your answer. You wind up your paragraph. So therefore, using strong and relevant point or the proverb having a similar meaning to the one given in the title will be the right way to finish the expansion of ideas. In simple term, if we say, then while you sum up your answer, you should make use of those proverbs which have similar meaning to the one given in the question, and that will be the right way to finish your expansion of idea. For example, if you have a title, for example, make hay while sunshine, right? You can use another proverb which have the same meaning, such as time and tide wait for. We'll take one example. Rome wasn't built in a day. As you know, Rome is a city in Italy. So Rome is very popular for many things, but that popularization, civilization took place not at in simple one day, but it took almost a century for its existence, right? So so, what does this title mean? It simply means that if you intend to get something or if you want to get something, so you should be patient and you should wait for the right time for you to get it. As we have already studied in the beginning, so here in this very first paragraph, it is the expression which is giving out the hidden meaning behind the idea. Instead of going directly on the title, it is giving a basic background. For example, how the men came into existence, then how they evolve, how they discover the fire, then how civilization began, and this process, of course, take place in a century. It doesn't happen instead of a time. So now we'll head toward with our second paragraph. As I said, you second paragraph is our core content. So here you have to give different points of view. Here you can make use of your personal experiences, or you can also give examples, or and plus you should also have a clear picture of your thought. Here you can see that there is also use of discourse marker. For example, similarly, for example, thus, instead, after all, etc. So here, students, you can see in our conclusory paragraph where we are summing up the answer. So we are using a strong and a relevant point, and plus we are also giving an example of a proverb which have a similar meaning to the one which is given in our question. And I guess this will be the right way to finish our expansion of idea. So students, here we have completed with the topic. I hope you all have understood our writing skills. So start practicing it. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.